Volkswagen CEO Herbert Diess does not hide his admiration of Tesla. The two companies overlap in electric vehicle production, and the overlap will only continue in the future as both Tesla and Volkswagen seek to increase their output. This, however, is not stopping the CEO from following Musk's example, as he plans to fire thousands of his employees. When Musk decided to build another plant in Germany, it caused considerable reaction because it was seen as a direct challenge since the European country is home to some of the biggest names in auto manufacturing. Tesla had taken the fight to Volkswagen, BMW, and Daimler AG in their home. As the $7 billion plant took shape, the panic increased, prompting Diess to sound the alarm to his compatriots that the coming of Tesla to Germany meant they could no longer relax. He said on Twitter, "Efficiency is key for the transformation of our industry, Germany. Tesla develops in shorter processes, works closer with the best in the industry, and takes more risk. Grünheide will increase competition in Germany, also with Wolfsburg." The first part is no grudging respect for Tesla, as Diess is a big fan of the American EV maker. And despite the admiration, Diess is intent on overtaking Tesla. He plans to overtake in sales by 2025. Now, to be fair, if any companies can offer competition to Tesla, Volkswagen is one of them. Nobody can write off Volkswagen with deep pockets, vast experience in making cars in large volumes, and an established, extensive supply chain. Volkswagen also controls different brands that appeal to different demographics, like Audi, Porsche, and Skoda, meaning more people to sell electric cars to. From figures from the recently finished third quarter, Volkswagen is seriously making progress with its electric cars. Volkswagen shipped 122,000 units of purely electric vehicles, while Tesla moved 241,000. While Tesla had the higher number, it enjoyed only 73% growth, compared to 108% for Volkswagen. If the same trend continues, Volkswagen could end the year with 400,000 units against about 850,000 for Tesla. Next year would be interesting, as Volkswagen could ship anything around 950,000 units, although Tesla would be well over the 1 million mark. However, to better its chances of catching up with Tesla, Diess is copying Tesla's method, even up to asking Musk what the secret of Tesla's runaway success is. Tesla has always taken batteries seriously, with lots of investment and collaborations to have the best battery game in town. It has its own battery-making facilities and is expanding it. Volkswagen is following suit. It is ambitiously setting out to build 6 large battery factories in Europe by 2030. With every automaker going electric, analysts are predicting battery shortages down the line. Volkswagen is becoming a battery maker like Tesla to secure its future battery supply. Volkswagen is even considering listing its battery division on the stock exchange. It might join its EV charging and power businesses to the division to form part of the listing, but that might take up to 2 years to finalize. When that is done, Volkswagen will be similar to Tesla, who runs an overall system with its own charging network, solar power system, and insurance business. Diess, however, is copying much more from Tesla. To remain competitive, he is mulled firing 30,000 from his workforce. Musk twice had to do this. The first time was in 2018 in what Tesla called company-wide restructuring. It eliminated 3,000 or 9% of positions from the company's staff roster. It came when Tesla was trying to ramp up Model 3 production. At that time, the image of a company that never turned a profit was beginning to get to Musk. He wrote that money was not the primary motivation for Tesla's operation, but the desire to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable, clean energy. However, Musk acknowledged Tesla would not achieve that goal unless it found a way to be sustainably profitable. This moved him to seek to eliminate some positions that were duplicates. The purge affected only salaried positions. The company-wide restructuring included cutting unnecessary expenses, excessive meetings, poor communications, and revamping its relationship with its contractors. But it was the flattening of the management structure and layoffs that grabbed the headlines. Musk said Tesla was making the hard decision then, so he would not have to do so again. However, he spoke too soon because Tesla went through another job cut about 7 months later. The reason for the second layoff was tied to Tesla's desire to sell the Model 3 cheaper because it was trying to become more than just a seller of expensive electric cars to the privileged few. The Model 3 was selling for $44,000, and Tesla wanted to get that price down to $35,000. Around the same time, the US federal government tax was slashed by half and would be cut further by half in the second half of the year. 7% of Tesla's workforce lost their jobs. It seems Diess is following the same method, as he has allegedly spoken to the group's supervisory board about turning 30,000 employees loose on the job market, as reported by German newspaper Handelsblatt. The reference to Tesla was not mistakable, as the company's spokesman Michael Mansk said, "There is no doubt that we need to address the competitiveness of our company with regard to new market players." Volkswagen is in the habit of comparing itself or trying to measure up to Tesla. For example, during a meeting with his top executives to galvanize his workforce into making electric vehicles, Diess invited Musk as a surprise guest. There, he pointed out that Tesla overcame chip shortage by rewriting its software to run on a new chip within a few weeks, obviously wishing the same agility for his company. He also wishes to do more with fewer workers to remain competitive. In this regard, Volkswagen has a long way to catch up with Tesla. To illustrate the difference in production efficiency, Volkswagen plant in Wolfsburg makes 700,000 cars a year with 25,000 workers. In contrast, Tesla's Giga Berlin will employ only 12,000 to produce 500,000 vehicles annually. The comparison shows Volkswagen is carrying a lot of unnecessary weight. Volkswagen comes up short again when you compare production times for the two companies' best sellers. Tesla will make a Model 3 in 10 hours, while it takes Volkswagen about 30 hours to make an ID.3. Concerning the layoffs, Volkswagen staff should have seen the handwriting on the wall when Diess said he had brought on Musk as a guest during his meeting to drive home the point that Volkswagen needs faster decisions and less bureaucracy to compete. How else to eliminate bureaucracy if not by reducing staff? Trim the fat by laying off 30,000 people. Rather ominously, Mansk, Volkswagen spokesperson, said the debate on addressing competitiveness is going on and there are many good ideas. However, in Diess's defense, Volkswagen might need to shed off some workers if it becomes a purely electric vehicle company. Electric vehicles do not need as many workers to produce them because they have fewer parts than internal combustion engine cars. So even if all factory workers were able to retrain for making EVs, there would be surplus workers. Volkswagen is not alone in this, as analysts have estimated the German car industry could see 100,000 jobs disappear over the next 5 years due to electrification. So BMW and Daimler AG could be showing some of their workers the exit too, the deeper they go into their electrification plans. Volkswagen operates the largest car-making plant in the world at Wolfsburg, where it employs over 50,000 workers. The plant currently does not make any electric EVs, but Volkswagen plans to transform it into an EV plant where it will make an electric sedan starting from 2026 under Project Trinity. The Wolfsburg-based automaker has urgent reasons to want to switch to electric vehicles. It is still trying to patch its image from the fallout of the Dieselgate scandal that saw it paying billions of dollars in fines for systematically cheating on emissions tests. Diess is looking forward to learning more about making EVs efficiently from Tesla, apart from firing workers, especially now that a Gigafactory is in his backyard. In his tweet thanking Musk for attending his company's meeting, Diess promised to visit Grünheide. Tell us what you think of Volkswagen sacking 30,000 of its workers in the comment section.